Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene has been raging following her failed attempt to silence Representative Rashida Tlaib. But instead of going after Democrats, which she kind of tweaks a little bit, she decided, no, she's going to focus on swiping right. Late on Wednesday, Taylor Greene referred to her GOP colleagues as quote-unquote feckless and pathetic after voting along with Democrats to strike down her ridiculous resolution. Again, this is Republican cancel culture 101 against Rashida Tlaib. Now, Representative Chip Roy, who voted against it, explained his vote with this, quote, Representative Rashida Tlaib has repeatedly made outrageous remarks toward Israel and the Jewish people. Her conduct is unbecoming of a member of Congress and certainly worthy of condemnation, if not censure. Now, look, all of that suggested, wait, wouldn't he be in favor of this? Of Marjorie Taylor Greene's attempt to try to cancel her? Because that's what it is. By the way, what Representative Tlaib is saying isn't at all what they're trying to cast it as. She's speaking up on behalf of the Palestinian people, not Hamas. That said, you can disagree with that. Okay, that's fine. That said, here's where Chip Roy explains his vote. He said, however, tonight's feckless resolution to censure Tlaib was deeply flawed and made illegally and factually unverified claims, including the claim of leading an insurrection. Yes, that's right. Marjorie Taylor Greene accused Rashida Tlaib of leading an insurrection. And look, by the way, she's been very, I don't know, she's been trying to blame, or use that word, I should say, involving anything Democrats do. Like, anything. Oh, it must be an insurrection. Oh, it's an insurrection. Insurrection, insurrection, insurrection. No, that's not what an insurrection is. Of course, look, you look at what Marjorie Greene is doing and, you know, and things that she's said and, you know, in the past. And look, is it any surprise that she would go out there and make legally and factually unverified claims? I mean, if you're like, oh, you know, I don't know, well, then you haven't been paying attention to Marjorie Taylor Greene. But that said, she wasn't done with Roy. After calling him feckless, she then posted this. You voted to kick me out of the Freedom Caucus, but keep CNN wannabe Ken Buck and vaping, groping Lauren Boebert, and you voted with the Democrats to protect terrorist Tlaib. Ugh. You hate Trump certified Biden's election, could care less about J6 defendants being persecuted. Vaping, groping Lauren Boebert. Oh, that's brutal. Oh, I love it. Let him fight. Let him fight. And fight they do. Chip Roy responded by telling a reporter, quote, tell her to go chase so-called Jewish space lasers if she wants to spend time on that sort of thing. He brought up the
Jewish space lasers.
Yes. Oh, it's so good. It's so good, but it gets better. So she responded to this by calling him Colonel Sanders. Oh, shut up, Colonel Sanders. You're not even from Texas. More like the DMV, you know, because everybody hates the DMV, right? Chip Roy's career exists of working for politicians, working for campaigns for politicians, and being a politician himself, says the politician. Unity party all the way, which is why you will never hold anyone accountable. Marge, it really doesn't look like you're holding anyone accountable. You're just like throwing a fit on social media. How's that holding anybody accountable? Oh, okay. Now, look, I love it when the right wing fights each other. It's great. Hey, Marge, why don't you tell them how you really feel, okay? Unless, of course, you're worried about, you know,
Nancy Pelosi's gazpacho police.
Yeah, I mean, you might have to worry about that. Maybe. A little bit. Oh, let's go. So good. Look, the more time Republicans waste on fighting each other, the less time they have to come up with policies to wreck other people's lives. I'm just saying, like, okay, yeah, let them fight each other, let them go after each other, rip each other apart. Look, sure, it means that maybe nothing gets done, nothing gets past the House, but that's already what happens when Republicans are in charge anyway. So, I mean, at the end of the day, this is another example of elect a clown, get a circus.